Okay, welcome to Talking Film. I'm Daniel, and we have Nick on the other line. Okay, we're going to talk about this week's movie news and other things related. So we might as well get started. At the box office in America, have you read the box office this week,
Yep.
Nick?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
All
just
over
quickly
it.
go through. At the US box office, number 5 was SpongeBob with 7 million. At number 4 was Kingsman with 8.3 million. At number 3 was the second best exotic Marigold Hotel at 8.6 million. Number 2 was Focus at 10 million. And number 1 was Chappie at 13.3 million. Anything there, Nick, that surprised you or worries you?
The thing about March is it's always the slowest time of the year in terms of box office, terms of movies in general. There's not really many big hits, so therefore there's not much to talk about. But two of the new movies that were released this week were major disappointments. So not that anybody really cares about unfinished business. No one
Oh,
cares.
yeah. Top 5. I forgot all about that.
That came 10th, by the way. Came 10th. So that was Vince Vaughn's new movie. Can everybody even remember him? I don't know. Vince Vaughn,
His
new
last
movie, Unfinished Business. Yeah, came 10th. But yeah, Chappie is the one more notable because it's directed by the same. It's directed by the same director as District 9 and Elysium, isn't it? Yeah, Neil
Elysium.
Blomkamp, and he's going to do an
Elysium.
Alien movie soon. I think he's doing the new Alien, Alien 5, I think.
Would that worry Fox? Or the Alien brand strong enough?
See, I don't think either the director or the Alien brand is strong enough. I mean, how well did Prometheus do? And that had the director of Alien.
I think it started off 50 million, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that was probably due to the marketing, though. Had a really strong marketing effort. I don't think the Alien brand is very strong, and neither do I think that. Well, this is proof that Blomkamp is not a strong brand. But it also proves to me that
He used to be, though. I mean, Elysium and District 9 both started off pretty well.
yeah, okay, maybe it's one bad patch, but it just goes to show for me that movies with bad reviews perform poorly in general. In general, there are a few exceptions.
I think it's mainly
Generally-
original films. If it's rotten, then original movies don't stand a chance, unlike Transformers or Twilight or something like that.
original movies especially, but even with sequels, they still make a lot of money, but they could have made more if they were good. I think this is a bit of a personal opinion, but I think that if a sequel is actually great and has great reviews, then it'll make $1 billion as opposed to 700 million worldwide.
So you're saying Transformers 2 made like 400 million in America?
Imagine
It would make 500 if it was good.
What if Transformers was good?
No, the second one. I think
Is
it
that-
made 400 in America. So if you're saying if that was good, it would have made 500.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that a good example is probably Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2. If it was actually any good or looked any good in the marketing, some people think it was good. I don't. But if it had got better reviews, it probably would have made a much higher gross, and therefore we wouldn't be having Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we have now. We'd be having the Amazing Spider-Man 3 next year.
Yeah, so, I think long term it would have been really well. I still would have thought it would have had a drop off though from the first one because not everybody liked it, but most people did.
Well, the box office experts would agree that sequels generally always have a slight drop off from the original in general, but except for things like Iron Man 2 to Iron Man 3, but that had Avengers boost.
What about Catching Fire then?
There's exceptions.
And New Moon.
Mockingjay is a good example. You bring up the Hunger Games. Hunger Games has got an exception, and it's the exceptions that prove the rule. Anyway.
So yeah, disappointing for Chappie. I would have thought it was going to make about maybe at least 18 or 20 million. I was expecting. So very disappointing. Kingsman is almost at 100 million, which is good.
Yeah, great movie, deserves it.
And SpongeBob's almost at 150 million. But I think this is its last week in the top 5. I think Cinderella comes out next week in America. That's going to get all the family business, especially with Frozen, the Frozen short and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some milestones. American Sniper is now the highest-grossing movie of 2014 in the USA, with a current total of $337.2 million. Worldwide, it has now grossed over 500 million, with a total of 500.2 million, making it the highest-grossing film ever for director Clint Eastwood. And Big Hero 6 also passed the 600 million mark with a total of $604.8 million. The movie passed Tangled to become the third highest-grossing Walt Disney Animation Studios film ever, behind Frozen and The Lion King. Anything that?
None of it's really that surprising after their performance over the last few weeks. So I don't really have anything to add to box office. It's been quite a not predictable, but not much to talk about this weekend, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just add something. American Sniper is actually pretty surprising. I never thought that would have made 500 million worldwide.
Well, after its opening and after the first 2 weeks, it was.
Yeah, of course.
You could tell, especially becoming the highest grossing release of 2014. It had 4 theaters on Christmas Day. That's why it is a 2014 release. 4 theaters on Christmas Day domestically.
Counting it now as 2014.
So technically, it is a 2014 release because all it has to do is open in 1 theater before New Year's Day for it to be a 2014 release. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So,
one more thing. Do you think Big Hero 6 is going to be the highest grossing animated film of 2014? It's got about roughly 30 million to go to get over How to Train Your Dragon.
Well, it doesn't really matter because both of them are good films, and both of them would deserve to be the #1 film, animated film of 2014.
Okay.
So, leave it at that.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's start off the news. The big one, the week started off with the possibility of the Cabin in the Woods co-writer and director Drew Goddard to write and direct the upcoming Spider-Man reboot, which is slated for July 28th, 2017.
I was really hoping to have a chance to discuss the Spider-Man movie franchise, the new Marvel Cinematic Universe one, this week, and this news is pretty much the perfect excuse to talk about it. So, after Marvel made that announcement about a month ago now, I was surprised in a way because I thought it would be later. I thought it would happen eventually, but it wouldn't happen so soon. And pretty much all the news that's come out since, all the rumors, all the actual news that's been confirmed, that's come out since, it's surprising how fast they're moving forward with this. I think that since there's already been casting rumors even and stuff like that. So Logan Lerman is one. Is it Daniel someone else? I think.
I think it's Dylan something from the Maze Runner.
Dylan O'Brien. It's Logan Lerman and Dylan O'Brien are the two rumored casting choices at the moment. But with the director, is this the first we've heard of a possible director for the reboot? It is, isn't it?
At the moment, yeah. I thought it was confirmed until the next day with the Russo brothers, and now that's why I changed it to possibly.
Well, it is not confirmed, but it would make a lot of sense. Considering the director's relationship with both Marvel and Sony, it makes a lot of sense. That Drew Goddard was supposed to be the showrunner / director on a few episodes of Daredevil, which just premieres next month on Netflix in America, which is set within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he was also he left that project. He left the show running of that series to direct Sinister Six for Sony, and you can't really juggle those two projects at once. So I can see why he did that. He had to pick one or the other, and now this is happening. It doesn't look very good for Sinister Six to ever really be made. So
Well, it's coming. It's being shelved. I think they're working into the reboot now.
they always say that. I doubt it's gonna be made in the next. I don't know. Probably at least. It's in development hell. It's going to be there for at least 10 years, probably. Prove me wrong, but it's going to be in there for 10 years. So, since he's not got that anymore, and because he still is obviously on amicable terms with Marvel, it makes so much sense for him to direct the Spider-Man reboot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Even with the Russo brothers signing up with Sony, I do not think they have enough time to, after Civil War, to do Spider-Man and then the rumored Avengers Part 1 and 2. If they are for Avengers, there's no way they'll be able to do a Spider-Man reboot. So I feel like Drew Goddard is the best choice.
Yeah. They need to save the Russos for Avengers 3.
Yeah, they definitely need someone.
I don't want them wasted on Spider-Man. So,
yeah, Marvel definitely needs someone for Avengers. Now that Josh Whedon's not going to come back, they need someone who have already proven themselves worthy of directing their big crossover film.
And in a way, the Civil War next year, Captain America: Civil War, is going to be kind of like their test for how they can handle an ensemble like the Avengers: Infinity War, because it's going to basically be Avengers 2.5, isn't it? It's got everyone now. It's got Hawkeye. This is a good way to segue into other news. We've got Hawkeye now in it. We've obviously got Spider-Man in it. We've got Black Panther.
Yeah, we've got Hawkeye now joining in, and so we've got Tony Stark, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye now, Black Panther, and possibly Spider-Man.
I'm pretty sure it'll be Spider-Man. Even if Spider-Man only has like a small role, I think he'll only have a small role. The big role goes to Iron Man. So they've got Captain America and Iron Man will have the two biggest roles in this movie. Everyone else is just going to be
Hawkeye, Black Widow, maybe Black Panther will probably be supporting.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, we also have Falcon as well.
Hawkeye's going to have like 2 speaking lines. It's not going to be much.
Well, apparently, according to, I think it's the Hollywood Reporter, they're saying that he's going to have a big role in Captain America Civil War.
They always say that. Every single actor that's joined Captain America Civil War said they've got a big expanded role in Captain America Civil War. This movie is going to be 7 hours long. It's just none of those, not all of them can have big roles, so I don't think Hawkeye does. I doubt. I very, 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 very highly doubt.
Here's another one. We've got Falcon as well. I'm pretty sure he's coming back.
I want more Falcon than Hawkeye. I want Falcon to have more of a role than Hawkeye. I want Hawkeye to just stand in the background and turn the lollipop sign around when everyone else is walking across the crossing.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, well, I guess that's your feelings towards Hawkeye and Captain America.
Yeah, and also, we've discussed Spider-Man, so yeah.
Funny how the Captain America films are slowly becoming like the setup now for Avengers. How Winter Soldier was pretty much Avengers 5 prequel to it, setting that up, and then we've got this now, which is like a direct sequel and set up pretty much for Avengers 3.
All the Marvel movies are like that now, though. They're all kind of like interconnected. So, like Civil War's taken that to a new level. It'll be really interesting to see how the general public reacts to that being still called Captain America when it's got all those characters in it.
Yeah, it feels like they're making Captain America like the game changers of the cinematic universe at the moment.
the key is for me, that movie will succeed if Captain America has it's that film is about Captain America. I know that I like having all those supporting characters, but it's still a Captain America movie, and it has to be about Steve Rogers' journey. If it does that, doesn't really matter what they do with the other characters. Well, they have to be well written, but other than that, it's got to be about Steve. If Steve's sidelined and it's called Captain America, that's not.
Is Bucky in it as well? There's another cast.
Winter Soldier's in it. Yeah, he's supposed to be in it.
Is it? There's so many characters.
It's like Batman versus Superman versus Wonder Woman versus Green Lantern versus Aquaman. It's
Marvel's equivalent of that.
Okay. Anyway, other news.
Well, we just got 2 done now. Concept art was revealed for Disney's next animated film, Utopia.
Yep. Oh, I loved that. I don't think Disney Animation has ever released bad concept art of a film. Like, I loved the Moana one a few months ago. That was beautiful. And now they've released Utopias. It's like, wow. They have good artists over at Walt Disney Animation Studios. The premise of that film had me a little concerned. It feels like something that could have been done before. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I always give films this early in production the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, it doesn't end Walt Disney Animation's winning streak at the moment.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, they've got one of the Tangled directors on board, so they've done a good film. So hopefully they can.
The main characters being animals. I mean, Pixar's done that many times, but the main characters being animals that coexist kind of does. It feels very cartoony. It sounds very.
Well, Disney hasn't done animal, at least CGI, since Bolt. And that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, Bolt was alright. Bolt was good. But Bolt was existing within the human world. Like, even the Pixar movies...
Oh, yeah, it's still animals, isn't it?
Yeah. Even the Pixar movies that feature animals as the main characters, they live within the human world. So we've got Finding Nemo lives in the human world. We've got A Bug's Life in the human world. Even Monsters, Inc., which isn't animals, but they're monsters, and the human world exists in that film. So this one doesn't seem to have humans. That's why I'm thinking it's a little bit like Chicken Little. It's like Chicken Little, but it's also a bit like Cars, if you think about it. But instead of cars, there's animals.
Yeah, so look pretty much Chicken Little. Hopefully, we have a better story.
I can't remember Chicken Little.
Oh, Chicken Little's terrible.
Does anybody remember Chicken Little? Anyway.
The next one is Independence Day 2. Looks to finally be on the way, with casting news confirmed that Jeff Goldblum will return to reprise his role from the first film, along with newcomers Jesse Usher and the Hunger Games star Liam Hemsworth.
Oh my god, I didn't even hear this. I heard the Liam Hemsworth thing, but I did not hear about Jeff Goldblum casting news. So this is juicy.
I think Liam's been rumored for quite a while, so now it's finally been confirmed.
Wow, so there's going to be actual characters from the first movie reprising their roles in the second movie. This is good. I don't think we need Will Smith, but I don't think this movie is going to be good.
Will Smith's not returning.
Yeah.
He turned it down, which after Focus, maybe you shouldn't. I think I thought I heard Jeff Goldblum was announced like last year. He was coming back, but
I think Will Smith really needs to focus on getting his career back up to where it was.
Yeah, this will. I don't know if we need a sequel, but it might make a lot of money, so this could have helped him a bit.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm not looking forward to Independence Day 2 because I don't think it'll be any good. Because director Roland Emmerich, he's not the most brilliant director in Hollywood. I didn't mind The Day After Tomorrow or the original Independence Day. But other than that, he's done that terrible Godzilla film in the 90s. He did that 2012 film that came out in
Who's the other one?
2009, I think.
Godzilla, the one that everyone hates.
Which one?
The Godzilla, the one with
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Terrible Godzilla. Everybody hates that Godzilla. Even the people that hate the new Godzilla hate that Godzilla even more. Just because it's a terrible. It's a great Jurassic Park film. It's a terrible, terrible Godzilla film. Anyway,
Day After Tomorrow was alright. Oh no, it was not that good.
Emmerich, just his most recent film I think was White House Down.
Which was alright. It was enjoyable.
Roland Emmerich is the director of Independence Day, and I don't know. I've never seen White House Down, but I'm not a big fan. I used to like 2012, but on recent viewings, it's not aged well.
I've never liked that film. It's one of my worst films of all time. It makes no sense whatsoever.
No, I just liked the big things blowing up and waves crashing.
That's what
I really liked. Actually, I liked the CGI like extravaganza that is the Yellowstone volcano exploding. But that's basically the film's one redeeming quality. There's no characterization. There's no plot. There's no. It's just a really big spectacle film, and that's what he does. And I don't think that Independence Day 2 is going to be any different. I think it's just going to be spectacle and aliens blowing stuff up, and that's it.
And I feel like 20 years. I think the times. Does anyone really fondly remember?
What's with Blade Runner 2? Why are they doing this right now? What's the go with Blade Runner 2, Independence Day 2, even Jurassic World? I mean, everybody kind of clamored for that. Everybody kind of wanted that.
I got cool. When I watched a movie in theaters a couple weeks ago, the trailer for Jurassic World came up, and there was a senior couple sitting next to me, and after Jurassic World, they pretty much just said out loud, "Isn't that the first one with better effects?"
First one with better effects.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh my god, the first Jurassic Park has the best special effects of like any movie in the last 30 years. Anyway. Anyway, we're going down a tangent right now. So Independence Day 2, I think Jeff Goldblum coming back is exciting because I haven't seen him in really any big blockbuster for ages.
Grand Budapest was like the first film of 10 years.
But other than that, I really have no excitement for Independence Day 2. Bottom line, end of story.
Not even if Jesse Usher is playing Will Smith's son?
Definitely not if Jesse Usher is playing this. No. I really... No, it doesn't matter what they do. It's just it's an unnecessary sequel, and I don't want to be cynical, but it's an unnecessary sequel.
Okay. I'll just, I don't know if we'll say it, but we've got a couple of release dates. 2 films that could be next year's Oscar contenders got confirmed. Brooklyn, starring Cerise Ronan, and The Danish Girl with Eddie Redmayne for around November this year.
Okay, the Eddie Redmayne one's going to win Oscars.
Do you think?
Because it's Eddie Redmayne.
Do you think
he's going to be the new favorite of the Academy, I reckon. But anyway,
so you think he'll get a nomination and maybe a win, depending on the acting race?
Way too early to tell about. It's way too early to talk about the awards race next year. Let's save this conversation for October, when things are actually looking like they're going to pan out that way. But before we do move on, Saoirse Ronan. I don't know if she is Oscar. I don't think
she's been nominated once.
Okay, I didn't know.
I think it was her very first film. It was before The Lovely Bones. I can't remember what it was called, but she has been nominated once.
Okay, be interesting because I've seen her act before, and she's great, but she just doesn't seem to be the type of actress that like the Academy nominates. But apparently she has been nominated, so I'm wrong. Okay. So on to other news now. Daniel,
Yeah. Hello.
other news? Yeah.
Oh, the upcoming, I can't pronounce this. Poltergeist. Is this what it's called?
Yeah, Poltergeist. That's the correct
Poltergeist.
pronunciation.
Okay. That's been pushed forward by 2 months for the 22nd of May, and Melissa McCarthy's comedy Spy has been pushed back by 2 weeks for June. Interested in any of those two films?
Nope.
Nope.
Not
Okay.
yet. Not until I see marketing material and trailers.
Well,
Bring up release dates doesn't do much for me. Unless it's a Marvel movie.
I think both of those films that have been delayed have got trailers out for them. But I know the Oscar ones haven't got nominated for it. Yeah, haven't got a trailer for it yet. So, okay, well that's it. Last one.
We also have Toy Story 4. Remember?
Yeah, this is the last big one. Pixar's upcoming film Toy Story 4 may not be a direct continuation of the perfect ending of Toy Story 3. Instead, it focuses on a romantic comedy. Thoughts on that, Nick?
So we've heard this news before, actually. Not long after Toy Story 4 was confirmed, we heard it was actually kind of more of a rumor. Now it's kind of more confirmed. More people are taking it as confirmed that it will be a romantic comedy. That doesn't necessarily mean bad. Romantic comedy doesn't necessarily mean bad. It's just there are a lot of bad romantic comedies. That's why people don't like the genre.
Wall-E was sort of a romantic comedy, but with a environmental message towards it.
Toy Story's always been comedy. Most Pixar films have been comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the romantic angle is a bit different for Toy Story, at least.
Yeah, because they said there's not going to be the interaction between the children and the toys like the first three films have been.
See, I know Pixar must know what they're doing with this, but it still feels like we're going off it's way too early, and there's too many scraps. We're working off scraps of information to try and judge how good this movie is going to be, and it's ridiculous. We should just wait and see, and we should.
But I do feel like if they're going this way, it's at least missing something for me, because when I associate Toy Story franchise, I associate pretty much childhood with them.
Yeah.
Now
I really wish they hadn't made they're not making Toy Story 4, and I stand by that, because this has to end. They can't go and make Toy Story 5, Toy Story 6. They just can't keep.
We don't want this to end up the Shrek or Ice Age territory.
Yeah, I mean, they cut Shrek off when they needed to. Well, they should have cut it off earlier, but I'm glad they cut it off. Ice Age is still going. Toy Story is a quality series, first Shrek is amazing, but the other three slowly deteriorate in quality, I think.
The second one
holds up.
The
second one's good. It's just not as good as the first one.
Of course. Don't put that with the third or fourth one.
No, the third one's terrible. I haven't seen the fourth one.
It's alright.
But yeah, Ice Age 4 was horrendous.
I stopped after the second one. I really don't know how bad they've gotten now.
Anyway, so Toy Story 4 I don't think needs to be made, but it better be amazing, and I hope it's a one-off. If it's not a continuation of the trilogy, it's a one-off story.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a 100-minute standalone story like the specials have been, where they don't focus on the past themes of the Toy Story films. They're on their own little thing.
That sounds like what it is. It might have started as a short idea. Actually, now that you mention it, that would be interesting if it did start as an idea for one of the Toy Story tunes, and they realized they could take it into a feature.
Well, that Time Forgot started out as a short, and they made it as a special.
But even if you think about that, then why name it Toy Story 4? Why not name it Toy Story with a subtitle? Toy Story, I don't know. It
could be its working title.
Yeah.
I mean, Monsters, Inc. 2 was the working title of Monsters University. We all thought it was going to be a sequel, and it became a prequel.
Yeah, but
So
I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if they changed the name, because I want that first Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 to be that complete trilogy still. And this
I would
sounds like it's not. It's not
I
going to
would
complete
hate
this
if they
quadrilogy.
do. I would hate if they do subtitles for the Toy Story films, the feature films, because then I'll get too
They
confused. If
don't
that's a
have to do
special.
subtitles. Monsters University is not a subtitle. They could just do, I
Yeah,
don't know,
but
like
but if they
Baby
do, if
Toy
they take,
Story,
but if they
Baby
take the
Toy
numbers
Story,
off, I feel
they're
like
all baby or something. No, that's terrible. um, I don't know. It's interesting that it's not a continuation, and it's a step in the right direction. I don't think they should continue and try and make it the perfect quadrilogy, because the ending of Toy Story 3 just does not allow for there to be an extra film in that franchise that completes the cycle started with the first one. Toy Story 3 completed that cycle. Toy Story 4 cannot complete it any better. It can only complete it worse. So, therefore, taking it away from that trilogy as far as you can, even if you're including the characters from that trilogy. Maybe Woody and Buzz don't have to be the protagonists. Maybe they don't have to be the main characters. Maybe they could
yeah,
just be supporting
I like.
characters.
Is Tim Allen and Tom Hanks coming back? But this is
Yes.
not. This is not
Yes,
like
I'm pretty sure
another
that's confirmed.
new
Pretty sure
toys and
that's
not.
yeah.
Okay, I really hope it's not like new toys and not have Woody and Buzz and the rest of them come back. I would not hate. I'd hate that with a brand.
Well, no, they need. I think they need to bring the main cast, but they could make. Who's a. They could make Ham the main character or something. Ham's funny. I'd watch that.
I don't know. Now you sort of bring me up with cars.
No,
Be
Jessie.
like
No, but Jessie would make a good main character. She did in
Toy Story.
Toy Story of Terror. Toy Story of Terror. She was the main character. Yeah, she was the protagonist.
She made that special really great.
That was a good one, and I haven't seen Toy Story at the time. Forgot yet, but I believe that Trixie, the Triceratops, is the main character in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She isn't. It's not a bad option. I'm sure that's great too. But yeah, I'm going to see Toy Story 4, whether it's good or bad, or
Yeah. Same.
starring baby versions of the toys or whatever. I'm going to see it. So I'm sure everybody else has the same attitude. So Pixar is one of those things that you make sequels and people will see them, and
They'll see it, but it
ironic.
depends if it's good.
It's so ironic that we do this, because we always condemn sequels, but then we say, "Oh, this is a terrible idea," but I'm going to see it anyway. It's
I think the Monsters Inc. 2 was a terrible idea. I was excited. I always wanted a sequel to Monsters Inc.
I will be really, really, well, I'll be disappointed if this is bad, but I'll be really, really, I'm really, really excited. I'll be really, really surprised. Sorry, that's caught my train of thought again. Really, really surprised if this wasn't so cynical again, a marketing ploy. They want to make money off sequels. That's why they're doing sequels. Stop lying, Pixar. It's not because you have great ideas. You just have compromised. You've compromised with your studio bosses, and you've said, we'll do a sequel every now and then if you let us continue to do the original films when we have the ideas. So that's what they've done, and Toy Story 4 is just one of those sequels. And what they probably had a range of ideas for the shorts, and they picked the best one and drew it out into the feature for Toy Story 4. That's probably what they did, because someone asked for Toy Story 4, so they got their best Toy Story plot idea and they dragged it out into a feature. That's probably what happened, and I sound so cynical, but that's my
Toy Story Terror would have been pretty good as a feature.
Probably. Anyway, that about wraps that up. Unless you have anything to add. Do you have anything to add to that?
Not really. Where other Pixar sequels, The Incredibles, Up, just like on the sidelines, and we're just getting sequels that we probably don't really want, but we're gonna get anyway. So that's life.
All right then.
Okay, that's it. Thank you for anyone that's tuned in today. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/everythingfilm. And we're doing this every Monday at 12 p.m. So, yeah. Any final thoughts, Nick?
Just thanks for watching. And I'm happy to do this and talk about film every week. So I'm grateful that anybody that's watching is also shares my enthusiasm for films and everything around them.
Okay, great final thought. Yeah, thank you.
Bye.